Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You feel it. Trying to free your mind.
So after about 4 years in the works, the UK has officially passed the Online Safety Bill and it's ready to become law. Online Safety Bill passes its final parliamentary debate and is now ready to become law. The Online Safety Bill has been signed off by the Houses of Parliament and will become law soon. The bill will make UK the safest place in the world to be online by placing new duties on social media companies, honoring our manifesto commitment. The bolstered bill has been strengthened through debate with firmer protections for children, more control for adults, and clarity for social platforms. Now, usually when bills like this come about, the whole narrative they like to use is we want to protect the children, right? We want to protect them from weirdos on the internet that may post, inappropriate things or try to solicit things from kids, and we want to keep the internet and clean it up. So these bills have the idea of protecting the kids at heart, but really they are simply after your right to privacy. In this case, the UK citizens' right to privacy. Like, see, the wording here is they want to, one, make sure illegal content will have to be removed, place a legal responsibility on social media platforms to enforce promises that they make to users when they sign up through terms and conditions, and three, offer users the option to filter out harmful content such as bullying that they do not want to see online. But the kicker is if social media companies don't comply, the company that is monitoring this, Ofcom, could fine them up to 18 million euros or 10% of their global annual revenue, whichever is biggest, meaning fines handing down to the biggest platforms could reach billions of pounds. So the UK government has stated this won't end end-to-end encryption, but what it'll do is they'll fine you to oblivion if you don't comply with these rules. And you got larger companies like WhatsApp and TikTok and stuff like that that can easily just pick up and walk away and keep it moving. But you have smaller tech companies that might not be able to afford some of these fines, and they'll just comply with these rules, and that could will very well mean them having to forego some of the end-to-end encryption that is a big part of why people use privacy apps in the first place. It's not just for weirdos that want to look up CP. It's for people who may be in stressful situations that need to communicate privately. And this online safety bill wants to circumvent that again in the guise of protecting children. So basically, based off the rules of this bill, companies would be obligated or subject to fines to check people's messages for CSAM. Depending on how that's enforced, that essentially breaks end-to-end encryption, and which in essence prevents companies and third parties from reading your messages in the first place. Now, WhatsApp refused to comply with this bill. They already threatened to leave the UK altogether. Signal and a bunch of other encrypted messaging services protested the bill, and they said, yeah, if y'all don't fix these rules, we're out of the UK. We're not going to even offer the app in your region until you fix this. But I'm curious to see how this will be enforced. I mean, will UK citizens comply? Will they fight back? Will they protest? Will they even recognize that it's happening? Will they even care? I've always felt that most people generally don't care about privacy until it hits them in their doorstep and it affects them. But will they be able to propagandize this into making this again, making it seem like it's always been about the children? We'll see. But I think that eventually, as if these companies like WhatsApp and Signal leave their way out of the UK, I think eventually there's going to be some alternatives that spring up that people still end up using, or maybe they just go back to snail mail and just send regular letters or something. I mean, there are other ways. Maybe they use social media. Twitter Blue has end-to-end encryption if you pay the $12. So maybe there's some options there. People may turn to some more social media aspects of communicating. Private web apps that still do the job. We'll see. But let me know in the comments what you think about this. Is this a precursor for things to come in the UK or in US abroad? Maybe the United States will be banning end-to-end encryption next. They really don't have to, but maybe they'll make it plain in plain sight. But let me know what you think if you're watching on Rumble, Odyssey, YouTube. Thank you, and I greatly appreciate it.